Yeah, so like I said, there was an opportunity in the morning with this decline, first thing in the morning to open up a long position, and then you could have closed it here like real shortly after, at this peak that we then sell off from pretty notably. I missed the opportunity because I was busy talking about it. This is why I don't, for the most part, trade and predict. Like, the predicting takes almost all my time, and if you're going to be a successful trader, you can't be doing like a million other things, because like you could have a split second opportunity and it could be your only opportunity, and then all the work that you did to get to that opportunity goes out the window. It's like doing, if you've got a 9 to 5, it's like doing a whole week's worth of work or a whole month's worth of work if you get paid once a month or something. Getting paid a whole 2 weeks worth of work, and then you're supposed to get your paycheck, but you have to be there for the like 5 minutes out of the week that the boss is there in order to get your paycheck. And if you aren't there during those 5 minutes, those only 5 minutes in like all of the week, then you don't get that paycheck, period, like ever. That's what it's like to trade. That's a good way to put it. Doctors don't understand like the way the stock market works. Everybody thinks stock traders are spoiled or something. I mean, it's very very stressful. You miss like trips, you miss um, doctor's appointments. Like, doctors don't understand that like you can't just step out of the market. Like, what if that's the moment? What are you gonna like reschedule for? Like, oh, sorry, now I gotta wait a whole another month. It's very difficult, very difficult. People who don't know the market don't understand that. They think it's just like knowing up and down, and then you'll make money. If it was that easy, there'd be so many billionaires on the planet. I mean, the majority of humans have serious psychological blocks to overcome in order to become a successful trader. Because if you're a successful trader, it's because you have mastered your mind, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I was off on this low here, though. I'm a little annoyed. I was expecting more of a low there, and I was gonna get out. Well, no, actually, I wasn't planning on getting out yet. I'm planning to get out in this last hour here, maybe in like the next 30 minutes of this like short that I opened right around here for a day trade. And it was sort of like out of frustration because I missed the long day trade that I wanted to do. So I took the opportunity to do a bit of a more risky one because it's not quite as clear. And so you can see there was this decline here. We had like this zigzaggy. We get to a high. What is that? About 11:30. Boom, 11:30 right there, like boom, right? And then around the high there's a support level that we establish, and you can see near the highs we're doing sideways rotation with established support. Off of the low there was a big move higher, start of a rally. You can see that. I mean, it's all there. However, what's interesting is that the trade advisement has to do with a decline from like a decline through multiple support levels. Interesting. Well, in any case, so I'm looking for this trade opportunity in the last hour to exit. I'm going to get out whether or not it ends up being a good one. I knew getting into this one would be a little bit risky because it's not as clear. But you can see I had this sideways rotation thing going on here from like roughly 1 o'clock. Oops, sorry. Hermes is sitting on my hand. Right, the sideways rotation here from roughly 1 o'clock, and it goes to like roughly. It's still kind of going, sort of, but you could say till about 2:30. I have it going until like 3 o'clock. But technically, we're rotating sideways along like this price level right here, kind of like this range. Might call that an ace of disc. Actually, you know what? We should call it the emperor. Hmm. And then there's like Ace of Discs, which is more like here, it looks like. Which that Ace of Discs is also a unicursal hexagram price level. So like I said, if we continue to go up after seeing a unicursal hexagram, which we sort of did again, we're lining ourselves up for several price levels that we should break down through in the next like multi-day, like significant decline. That's what's happening. These are being marked off. Yeah, I hesitate to do. I thought about doing like like an attempt at drawing on like the dailies and whatnot, but it's not something that I can do clearly every single day. I can do it pretty often, but it's not like an everyday thing, you know. And you can see there's some errors there, so it's important. Like when without the this drawing, everything that I say is very accurate, and it may leave room for like other bits that haven't been said that I didn't see, you know, things like that. Um, but it'll be really accurate. And when you have like this line drawing, a strong probability of you like connecting dots that don't really exist, like I mean metaphorical dots in your own mind, you know. The trick to accuracy when reading this type of reading or any other type of reading, the trick to accuracy is not to create. You're not trying to create a story like out of what you see. You want to see the story, and only the pieces that you see should be interpreted, and you leave out all of like the imaginative like connection of imaginary dots that shouldn't be connected. I don't know how else to explain it. That's the way to get the purest kind of uh, accuracy, you could say. Will SPYC 425 and 450 rest of November? What is this line doing here? Right, so you can see like we just barely went above this unicursal price level that we have there. It's this line. This is a unicursal price level. This is the Emperor card I'm going to mark off. Matter of fact, let me do that on the proper chart real quick. And so in any case, this low here in the last hour, I expect to be lower than the low that we had at the middle of the day. I kind of like overdrew it a little bit here in actuality, especially because we didn't come down as far as I expected. I would say this one is pretty. Feel pretty strongly that it'll be a lower price level, somewhere probably close to 320, 325, 330. And then it's possible, based on what I'm seeing here in the midst of this volatility, we then have a fast sudden move higher, bringing us back to a resistance level that we failed to break through many times before. One, two, three, four, five, six times today. I mean, depending on how you look at it, it could have even been more. So, you know, it's possible that we have this fast sudden move higher taking us back to the highs at the end of the day. This like sideways rotation area was an indication of something prominent. So this is an important price level, right? This was a cross-street incongruency from the prior day. This is a trade ruin, FYI, guys. If you aren't aware, this is a trade. I didn't mark off the ruins this time around. Sometimes it just takes too much time to do all that. But this is a trade ruin. It would be circled in purple. I'll circle it now. So we'll SPYC 425 and 450 the rest of November. Man, I need to use the other chart or it's not going to save. I don't know how I feel about that E-Trade. It really, sometimes it's just annoying. Are you serious? Sorry, guys. Gonna be able to see that. Let's go with this. So 425 down there and 450. That's a pretty steep expectation. I don't think we're gonna get that high. Unless I'm off on the highs and we go higher for a little bit longer. But this is an Emperor price level as well, so that's an important price level there. And we've got this unicursal on the 9th that's pretty significant because it's a cross-reading. It's really strong cross-reading congruency. I think that this high here that I have here on the 10th might actually be associated with the 13th. I have a feeling. I'll be right back. Okay, Hermes. Hey, Robert. So 450 is really really up there, like really up there. Although, I mean, we probably fill that gap there. Like, we might fill that gap there. Well, matter of fact, uh, today and yesterday, today, and tomorrow were kind of tricky, but I feel pretty strongly we're in that Prince of Discs kind of energy, which is prior to the Swiftness card energy on the 1 month. We're kind of in this Prince of Discs energy here, which is a lot of sideways rotation. And you want to go over there, buddy? So we'll probably there's that Aeon card too. Well, that's a little early. So I feel like we're higher than this price level on the by the end of the day on the 8th, but it's going to be kind of like it'll start out of a decline. And then, but overall, it'll end up bullish there on the 8th. And then I think the high's there. I think the high is there on the 9th. The high is probably on the 8th. And the reason I say that is because there's really strong cross-reading congruencies here. Both of these, this is the high card on the November 1-month reading, and this is the high card for the November high card on the 2023 1-year reading. So it gets kind of tricky here, guys, which is part of the reason why I just want to do a day trade and get out. Hopefully I get that opportunity. Oh. So I feel like we might fill that gap there at the end of the day on the 8th, or maybe on the 9th. You're such a buster, Hermes. And the thing is I might be wrong about the highest high since I was off on this lowest low here. This is a really significant marker. Herkimer Diamond's really powerful, so this is an important marker here. I had it as a lowest low, but since we didn't even come close to a lowest low there on the 6th, it's a pretty strong indication that this is has more of an association with the 20th, which is the star card, or an unexpected move to the upside. So this might be where the highest high ends up being. It's hard to say. There's a unicursal off of that price level, though. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't think we're going to see 450 this month. I'd be really surprised by that. 425, on the other hand. Yeah, we don't see 450 in November. I got a no for that. Let me verify. I don't think we see 425 either. I mean, I don't think we see it again. We do. We see 425. I mean, I would be very shocked if November ends up near like a higher, at a higher price level than where it started. I would be kind of shocked of that based on the. But it is also mixed. Like, this is a strong upward moving card, and this is a strong downward moving card. So when you put them together for a monthly kind of overview, you're going to get a very mixed indication. But even so, I'd be surprised if we didn't end up lower than where we started. Maybe if you take out this lowest price level or something like that. I don't think we're going back down to this low in November. CRO. I forget. Is that a stock or a crypto? Oh my god, my head is spinning with ticker symbols. It's a crypto. Is it not a crypto? It is a crypto. Whoa, what a move. What a move. Is this in line, Robert? Is this in line with what I had maybe foreseen? I know we probably talked about CRO at some point. Do I have readings on this? I don't even remember. It all blurs together after a while, guys. Like, look at all this. Look at all these readings, guys.
this is just 2023. I already started all of these 2024s. I mean, like, there's like at least 12 of those folders that are filled with monthlies that look like that's what's inside of 1 month. Like, no, that's what's inside of 1 month. So it all kind of blurs together after a while, you know. But I do have CRO. Oh, it's Chronos, right? Okay. Why is the 2024 in the 2020? Oh, did I not do a 2023? I didn't. I did a 2024. Okay. Oh, be mindful of this move, guys. Be mindful of this move. Looking at the 10-year. Hold on a sec. Are you okay, little guy? Do you want to go back on the table? You want to go into bed? What do you want, buddy? You want to go on the bed? You want to go on the floor? No, you just want to be right here, huh? You just want to be right here, huh? Unbelievable. Okay. Okay, so this move could be pretty significant. This could be the start of this move. This is establishing support or attempting to establish support on a multi-year scale, which is where we see the low correlation, and the card, the power card, which is after the sequence of events where we push the upper end of a range higher, and then we have a failed attempt to break through key resistance followed by a decline through key support, establishing support here. And what we should have here is a prominent move higher followed by a full retracement of that move back down. Um, Maybe it's commencing here at the end of 2023. I don't remember what the 2024 reading says. Let's look. Hmm. That looks a lot more bearish. Interesting. So it could be that we rally into the end of the year in Chronos, and then we have this decline here at the very beginning of the year. There's like a high and a decline in a lot of 1 years for 2024 here, not just cryptos, but stocks as well. There's like a high and then a decline to a significant low or a lowest low there taking place in like January, February. Um, so I mean, you might risk it. I haven't done anything on 2023 for Chronos, but it might make sense. It might rally into the end of the year, based on what I'm seeing, or it might not. But it looks like it might do that. Riven earnings are tonight. Can you please guide on market response? Sure thing. Hermes, I gotta put you down for a sec, buddy. Okay. Little nap time. You're a good boy, Hermes. Oh, you're so happy, huh? You're so happy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy's face. You're so funny. You're so funny. When he looks at me, it was like, when I turn him around, he doesn't do it. We had like this big open mouthed smile. All right, so RIVN earnings are tonight. Market response. Earnings results should be. They miss expectations. Chart behavior as a response of earnings. Oh my god, I pulled the same card. That's so crazy. And it was Claire Kinetic. It like came out of the deck. So it's the failure card. They miss earnings and there's a significant decline through multiple support levels. Again with the not as far down as I expected. That's so annoying. Well, I mean, it's going to be volatility in the last hour, so it might be that it's like whipsawing here. It's possible. You're a happy guy, huh? You're a happy guy. He's got his open mouth smile going. It's so cute. Did I do one on Pharma? I don't even remember that. But as far as cryptos, I did do what cryptos to purchase a long time ago. I was thinking about doing some shorts that are like whether or not the crypto will like the crypto's performance compared to Bitcoin, like real quick shorts, or the stock's performance compared to the S&P 500. Underperform, perform, outperform, you know. I think so. Tomorrow, after a big move to the upside, we kind of go bearish into the early afternoon, and then there's a big move to the upside out of the low there in the early afternoon to the upside to like a day's high, and we might even fill a gap overnight there. It's hard to say. There's the resistance that we met many times before highlighted here. We've got the unicursal.
Are you serious? There's a Jesus coin. Oh my god. Really? Uh, I'm gonna make a Michael Jackson coin. Just and it'll have nothing to do with actual Michael Jackson. We'll just call it Michael Jackson coin. You think? Let's take a look. Nothing that stands out as super bullish. It's kind of mixed. You got it, AV. Appreciate you. I get out. Took a small loss, like a $20 loss. Only thing I'm holding on to are those like really crappy 423s that I have. They're crappy now, but if we do have that sharp drop on that on the 9th, I'll look to exit those probably then, or like maybe on the 14th. Or is it the 14th? Other than that, I'm not looking to get back in until right around the 24th, where retrograde commences. 15th. Oh shit. That's pretty close. It's pretty close. I had these lows. These lows were a little bit off, and the height of this sideways rotation was a little bit off, but it's looking pretty close, right? I would say that's pretty close. Obviously, it's virtually impossible to get it exact, but especially when it's a candlestick chart and I'm using line. But we had these price swings, drop, big move higher, decline from a peak, rally along a diagonal.
Ace of, or sorry, rally along a diagonal. Ace of, Ace of Discs. Lust card. Works card. This right here is the Knight of Wands card that ends with the fast sudden move higher, and then there's this resistance that's highlighted at the end of the day that we failed to break through many, many times. So my sense is it's probably right around that price level there. It's already 330, so it would make sense. Like roughly right around there. Oh, it didn't, that drawing didn't hold for whatever reason. Oh, you met Michael Jackson? That's cool. I'm sure there'll be a Zeus coin at some point. That's just like, that just seems like something that'll happen. I saw a Net Betty coin convention in an art gallery. It was like pinup model like NFT, and it was like they were all like dressed like Betty Betty Page, I think. Was that the famous like pinup model from like a long time ago? I think it's Betty Page is her name. Will gold outperform the S&P 500 in 2024? I'd be surprised, but let's take a look. All of January, all of the January S&P 500 has been posted, or is being posted today. I think it's been posted already on our early access on our website. And you can get early access on our website here under our services, SO Meta Posts. Early access to our posts. Click here to subscribe. It gets you like at this point we're like over 2 months. Like our posts are like over a month in advance of where they come out publicly on YouTube. Or so you're getting a prediction on like the S&P 500 as early as 2 months in advance, where everybody else has got to wait until like a month before, maybe even less. It's $29 a month, $249 for the year. Great way to intro into supporting the channel. And I'm not sure about how long the coupon lasts. I'll have to ask. Yeah, I'll have to ask. I'm not sure what the expiration on it is. Yeah, they both look very mixed. And they seem to follow each other pretty well.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I got a yes, it does, but I don't think it's by much. They seem to follow gold and the S&P seem to follow each other pretty closely in pattern. Pretty closely. And both seem to be very mixed, like a lot of like back and forth going on. Maybe I should move this to here. Or maybe we break out. That could be a possibility, but I'd be surprised. I'd be really surprised. It's really like right here. CELH. Pop and drop. What was the prediction? I'm curious, AV. How far off was I? Okay, so it's probably a gap down tomorrow. Let me see. Maybe not. It's a really important opportunity tomorrow. So like if we open like significantly lower in a gap down, I would say that's an opportunity to open up a long position. Matter of fact, I think that's probably what it is. We probably gap down, and then there's going to be a really big move to the upside tomorrow. Well, I mean, it did. Look, it hit major resistance, and then it declined. Right? That's a pretty significant resistance right there. But I do think it rallies. I do think it rallies tomorrow from like a gap down, probably. And then I have sideways rotation that ends with a notable move to the upside on Thursday, and more like rallying on Friday. But the rallying on Friday precedes a decline that could start on Friday or it could be on Monday. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I would say go with. It doesn't seem that far off. I think we probably have a gap down tomorrow, and then we have a big move. It will be a bullish day tomorrow, like pushing like a lot. There's probably a big move there, but who knows how far down in the gap we go? That's the hard part to determine. Now, if I'm wrong and we open like significantly higher, I would say the opportunity's still there. I was just wrong about what it is. And in that case, I'd probably open up a short position to close at the end of the day. Or maybe in the morning on Thursday. Feel like I'm off my game. I was doing so well. Man, you know how you guys understand. So I met somebody over the weekend, got kind of like serious for a little while. Like those are the type of things that I have to like refrain from in order to be at like tip top vibrational frequency. I have to like leave women behind. It's a very difficult lifestyle to maintain for a long period of time. Right? It's not like it's just like all this knowledge that I developed over time. Like to be able to produce these results requires a lifestyle that most people are not willing to uh, subject themselves to. If that's a good word, I don't know if subject is the best word. What do you mean? What in regard to? And like I say, the cruelty card does not always mean that we decline from that resistance. What it means is that it's a resistance we've met many times before that were highlighted. Usually we break down from it, but it looks like this may be one of the cases where it's highlighting here at the end of the day. We might break through it for a little bit, but I don't think we'll be going very, very high. There's only about 14 minutes left, and the universe card is kind of like a more of a bearish energetically. It's more of a bearish card than a bullish card. It's mixed, but it's more bearish than bullish. No, sexual energy doesn't dilute my power. The dispersion of it dilutes my power, if that makes sense. The longer that I retain that energy, the more powerful I become. And that's very, very clear. I've gone 60, no, I've gone 78 days at one point. And it's like you're in like a completely different version of reality. Like your thoughts just manifest like automatically. It's crazy. But to maintain it, it's like, whew, there's all sorts of spiritual attacks. Like when you're at that vibrational frequency, you're like a super you're a target, like hard to explain. Hey Conrad. Can she cook?
See, it's still acting as resistance. All right, that's more like what I expected. Oh, I'd be kind of aggravated if we end up like with a sharp drop here. I'll be a little aggravated. Because it might actually happen based on what I'm seeing here. 10 minutes left. It'll be like the one time it happens before the close. Conrad, we're doing mornings too. I don't know if you know, but we're doing mornings as well. Most mornings. Um, you've been told that any touch drains spiritual energy, even shaking hands and hugs. Um, I think it really depends on the situation, who you're touching, because it could be like a transference in one direction. It could be an exchange of energy. It could be like a, you could be being drained of energy, but I think there's it depends on the vibrational frequency. It's like taking like a pot of hot water and a pot of cold water, like whichever one has more water at a hotter or a colder temperature or whatever is going to, like, overpower the other one, and you're going to get that slightly hot, or you're going to get slightly cold at the end of it, depending on which one's more powerful. Excuse me. On an energetic frequency, I probably need, like, it's gonna be very difficult for me to find somebody at that frequency. At least that's my expectation. Maybe I should change my expectation. Actually, should probably just change my expectation. 7.5. There's that sharp drop. Ugh, that's so annoying. Off my game for sure. Excuse me, guys. Oof. I have such indigestion today. All right, so I'm gonna roll a little early here, guys. But like I said, I'm waiting on one last trade before I'm out and taking a breather until roughly the 24th. When we get a little closer, I'll have pinpointed it a little bit better. There's unicursal on the 24th. Probably on the 24th is when I'll place my first trade for pre-Mercury retrograde session. But the one trade before then is going to be around this unicursal if I do choose to trade around it. Because it does look like it's a little tricky with that devil card. It might be risky. But yeah, this is going to be the this looks like this is going to be the low that I was expecting. This X here came a little later. That's so annoying because that's what I was waiting for my day trade. I got out here. Definitely need an energetic cleanse. Get me back on my game. Yeah, there you go. See, that's what I was looking for. I expected it to happen here a little earlier. I got faked out. Happens. But I got into a short position here with the intent to get out in this low here. It was like a $20 loss. It wasn't a big deal, but I didn't want to risk it turning into something more overnight. I'm just gonna do day trades moving forward until I'm above the day trading day trading thing, and then I'll just continue to do day trades. So my point is I'll just take it really slow, and take big breathers in between because, like I said I think in the morning session for me, what I've noticed is that I start off really really well, like just miraculously well, and then it's like it's not something that can be maintained for a long period of time because the amount of focus and energy and there's other things that come into play in your life that will pull your attention away. It's just the way life is. So for like a short-term thing I can do it really well. So if I limit it to short-term intervals I should be pretty good to go. Pretty hard to say if we open higher or lower there, but it looks like there's a big move to the upside early in the day, and then we decline into midday, and then an unexpected move higher, or excuse me, a big move out of that low in the afternoon, probably to highs, probably to highs for the month thus far. Either that or it'll be roughly the same highs as earlier in the day. Astro investing be successful. Oh wow, yeah, it's gonna do really well. It's probably gonna like do some sort of like scaling, expansion, growth. I'm pretty sure I did a 2024 XRP. Yeah, let me see. Actually, I have not yet. No. It's on the agenda. All right, my friends. With that said, thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You do so here on the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders. 5% of the profit should be donated forward to one of these charities, effectively transmuting the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel. That's abundance mentality. Leaves you at 90% of the money. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you do that, you follow those rules, you're an angel investor. The channel and universe is going to send it back to you tenfold. I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, UPST earnings. Sorry, AV. Almost missed that one. Awesome, Robert. Appreciate it. You're awesome, man. So it looks like we meet expectations. Let me see if I got any notes. It looks like we meet expectations. Yeah, we meet expectations, and then it's like there's like a rally that turns over. Let's see what it's looking like here. Well, that definitely came back down. Wow. Oh wait, no, that was August. Oof. Yeah, it's declined. So the rally that we're currently in is gonna like, and it's gonna turn over, end up in a decline as a result of the earnings.